Section 2. Bhima said, I intend to present myself before the Lord of Virata as a cook, bearing the name of Vallabha. I am skilled in culinary art, and I shall prepare curries for the king, and excelling all those skilful cooks that had hitherto dressed his food. I shall gratify the monarch, and I shall carry mighty loads of wood, and witnessing that mighty feat the monarch will be pleased. And O Bharata, beholding such superhuman feats of mine, the servants of the royal household will honor me as a king, and I shall have entire control over all kinds of viands and drinks, and commanded to subdue powerful elephants and mighty bulls. I will do as bidden. And if any combatants will fight with me in the least, then I will vanquish them, and thereby entertain the monarch. But I shall not take the life of any of them. I shall only bring them down in such way that they may not be killed. And on being asked as regards my antecedent, I shall say that formerly I was the wrestler and cook of Yudhishthira. Thus shall I, O king, maintain myself. Yudhishthira said, and at what office will be performed by that mighty descendant of the Kurus, Dhananjaya, the son of Kunti, that foremost of men, possessor of long arms, invincible in fight, and before whom, while he was staying with Krishna, the divine Agni himself, desirous of consuming the forest of Pandava, had formerly appeared in the guise of a Brahmana. What office will be performed by that best of warriors, Arjuna, who proceeded to that forest and gratified Agni, vanquishing on a single car and slaying huge Nagas and Rakshasas, and who married the sister of Vasuki himself, the king of the Nagas, even as the sun is the foremost of all heat-giving bodies, as the Brahmana is the best of all bipeds, as the cobra is the foremost of all serpents, as fire is the first of all things, possessed of energy, as the thunderbolt is the foremost of all weapons, as the humped bull is the foremost of all animals of the bovine breed, as the ocean is the foremost of all watery expanses, as clouds charged with rain are the foremost of all clouds, as Ananta is the forest of all Nagas, as Airavata is the foremost of all elephants, as the sun is the foremost of all beloved objects, and lastly, as the wife is the best of all friends, so O Vrikodara is the youthful Kudakesa, the foremost of all bowmen. And O Bharata, what office will be performed by Vivatsu, the wielder of Gandiva, whose car is drawn by white horses, and who is not inferior to Indra or Vasudeva himself? What office will be performed by Arjuna, who, dwelling for 5 years in the abode of thousand-eyed deity, Indra, shining in celestial luster, acquired by his own energy the signs of superhuman arms with all celestial weapons, and whom I regard as the 10th Rudra, the 13th Aditya, the 9th Vasu, and the 10th Graha, whose arms, symmetrical and long, have the skin hardened by constant strokes of the bowstring, and cicatrices which resemble those on the humps of bulls, but foremost of warriors, who is as Himavat among mountains, the ocean among expanses of water, Sakra among the celestials, Avyavaha, fire among the Vasus, the tiger among beasts, and Gaduda among feathery tribes. Arjuna replied, O Lord of the earth, I will declare myself as one of the neutered sex. O monarch, it is indeed difficult to hide the marks of the bowstring on my arms. I will, however, cover both my cicatrized arms with bangles, wearing brilliant rings on my ears, and conch bangles on my wrists, and causing a braid to hang down from my head. I shall, O king, appear as one of the third sex, Brihannala by name, and living as a female, I shall always entertain the king and the inmates of the inner apartments by reciting stories. And O king, I shall also instruct the women of Virata's palace in singing and delightful modes of dancing, and in musical instruments of diverse kinds. And I shall also recite the various excellent acts of men, and thus conceal myself, O son of Kunti, by feigning disguise. And O Bharata, should the king enquire, I will say that I lived as a waiting maid of Draupadi in Yudhishthira's palace, and O foremost of kings, concealing myself by this means, as fire is concealed by ashes, I shall pass my days agreeably. In the palace of Virata, Vaisampayana continued, having said this, Arjuna, that best of men and foremost of virtuous persons, became silent. Then the king addressed another brother of his. Thus ends the second section in the Pandava-Pravesa Parva of the Virata